in Cypherpunk, you are in the city of London, which is codenamed Babylon the Great, and these are all different places in the real kind of city of London, which is the financial district of London. And the idea is that we are making dead drops through encrypted communications, and we are first seeking to resist, then sabotage and overthrow this kind of technological surveillance state. And we're going to be using the black market to do that. So in this game, we're going to be encrypting our communication using real pen and paper encryption techniques, and we're going to be making dead drops to collect items that are going to help us, fight the surveillance state. So the first thing that we need to do is pick a character. I suppose iDrive, you might want to select the same characters. Feel free to pick a different character if you like, but I think I'll just stick with Walsingham, whom I had.
Yeah, Cromwell works for me.
So I'm going to stick just my... I'm basically going to commandeer this marker on the black market. So we will do that. Now, for the first round, we're going to skip the section up here because this is our sort of surveillance resistance and surveillance thing. So we kind of just go down here. And we're going to then draw a surveillance card as well, which is going to determine our surveillance resistance. Before we do that, I suppose we better draw 2 item cards. So I'll draw 2 and iDrive, go ahead, draw 2. Now,
and are we starting with hues? Is that we're doing a different
hues? Yeah. We were starting with a different.
Okay.
Unless you want to do the same one as last, the previous game.
No, that's fine.
So we flip these over. Now in Cypherpunk, you don't these items you list to the black market, and you then share them with another player. So they're not for yourself here necessarily. So, yes, we have same here. Okay, I'm going to give you this. Now, what the idea is that you can't communicate with each other until you have given them your PGP key. So for the time being, we're going to try and limit the amount of communication we've done. We've played this a couple of times, so we should be able to figure out what we're doing here. So let's just see.
Yeah. So right now we drew an item and we're bidding on an item from the other player.
Yeah. So this is the item I've listed to the black market. iDrive has said he's requested this. He's now bid a Monero. And now I'm going to accept this by flipping this over. So now we've kind of completed our transaction. Now, what this allows us to do, if there was other players playing, another player could also request this item, and then they could kind of have a little bid battle here, and then that allows you to just have a marketplace that feels a bit more dynamic and real. So you've accepted that now. So now what we need to do is we now need to find a location on the map that we want to put these items and do our dead drop. And we have to encrypt that using the code word. So we're going to use this as the keyword, hues, and this word gives us a certain amount of surveillance resistance. But what we could also do is we can opt in to enhance this encryption, so we'll get more than 6 encryption, 6 surveillance resistance if we enhance this. But at a disadvantage, it's going to give us a little mission, and if we don't do that mission, then we're gonna lose 6 surveillance resistance. So we basically get nothing. So it's basically like a push your luck mechanism within the game. Do we want to try and get improved resistance? We might actually be okay because if we draw 1 surveillance card this early in the game, might not be that big of a deal. But yeah, it really depends. iDrive, I'll let you take the decision if you want to try and enhance it, and so we don't suffer metadata, and we don't have to draw a card, or we can draw a card. What it means.
I think we just go with it this time.
Okay.
6.
Cool. So then what I'll do is I'll just update our surveillance resistance board here. So this is for round 1, this is for round 2, this is for round 3, and then so on and so forth. So we get 6 surveillance resistance, which means if we get 4 more surveillance resistance on this board, we won't have to draw a surveillance card. But for the time being, we're not going to be losing metadata, which is good. Okay. Then hues is the keyword. So we're going to go here, and at the beginning of the game, we use this kind of spiral transposition. So just find it here. Yeah, here's hues, and then I'll just stick it over here. So how this works is that we're going to be this is just a very simple substitution cipher where the top line correlates to the bottom line and vice versa, and then the middle line correlates to the other middle line, vice versa. So so we will use some type of pen and paper now to encrypt this, and it will just kind of put it. We'll put our kind of encrypted code at the bottom here. So let me get the other one here, decryption. So I suppose we'll do this now, and then we can go from there. So just got to encrypt. Okay, cool. So I can now. Cool. Okay, so I know where I'm going. So this basically decrypts to SYN, right? So so A, which is here, which is S, L here, which is Y, and then W, which is W, which is N. So SYN stands short for synagogue, which I know is on the map here somewhere.
And on his, I did the first two letters. I got WE, and I assume it's Wells because the two next letters are doubled. So.
And this is Wells. So I basically have to go here, and iDrive has to go up here to do our dead drop location. So iDrive, I'll let you go first if you'd like. You can.
Okay.
Move first.
And we move 6 now, right?
You move 5. That's your
5. Oh, that's right. It goes off our card. Okay.
Yeah.
So I move.
Great. So now that you've moved into your dead drop location, we put the round here. And yes, you then receive your item. I get this Monero. And we now move to the next round. Okay, so looking up here, we don't use any metadata, which is this whole section here, but we do draw a surveillance card. So let me just shuffle this, draw this, and pop this out. Okay, so we have the Tower of Basil. Search the surveillance deck and activate one of the following: permanent record, AI analysis, predictive modeling, then discard this card and shuffle the surveillance deck. Okay, so we've got to find one of those. I think AI analysis is this one. Yeah, so AI analysis is there. So this then gets discarded. We can put this back. So there's basically those 3 cards when they're all on the board here. They basically do a massive amount of damage. So that card just helps find one of those cards sooner. So it doesn't do anything to us right now. I don't think. Requires permanent record in play. Yeah. So this doesn't do anything. So basically, AI is now analyzing our movements within the game right now. So that's what's happening here. Being funded by the Tower of Basil, which is the sort of headquarters of the Bank of International Settlements. Okay, cool. So yeah, new round. We're still within the stage 1, so we're still using this double transposition cipher. But now, because we have done our first trade, we kind of pass our PGP cards to each other. So I'll give you mine. So there's mine. I should probably just delete these extra ones because there's only one player. And then you give me yours. And then we can just delete these extra cards because those are just for other players. Great. So now I'm able to communicate with you without we don't have to do this double transposition again. So
and we get that because what? Because we did what now?
Because you did a dead drop. Technically, I actually shouldn't get yours because I haven't done a dead drop
I see.
My first dead drop. So
basically, what that emulates is when I went there, or when you went there, you would have left your PGP keys there for me to get.
And the item, correct? Yeah. Okay. So the first time you did it, you got the item and you also got the PGP key, so that we can continue to communicate. But I haven't done that yet, so I don't get yours. So I will still have to encrypt. You can communicate with me, but when I talk to you, I'll have to still encrypt my stuff, which is okay for now. Okay, so yeah, I suppose we will draw the next one, and we draw two items again. Put these over. Okay. So yeah, your item says add 1 surveillance resistance for every player this round and discard this card. Okay, so you can essentially add 2 surveillance resistance if you discard your invisible ink. So that's what that can do there. So bomb is currently 5 here.
Okay, so I'm going to put that on the sale.
Okay, I'm going to give you. So I think that's my slot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can open up another slot here as well, guys.
We need more.
Yeah, so you just control V, copy paste them.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we will. Again, you can do the same with this. Okay. All right. So.
Okay, so I'm going to make a bid on this guy. So that means I'll put my Monero up here.
Cool. Now, shall I accept that?
And
okay, so you can just tell me where to go, or you can just write on the pad if you like, and then I'll decrypt something for bomb here.
yeah, because I guess this would be emulating. I can send you this through PGP. I can send you the location directly.
Yeah, in plain text. Well, because I don't have your key, I have to manually encrypt it.
So this next one, I'm going to go ahead and send that to. Well, since you're already aiming for this first location, let's see the quickest path for you to get to another location without too much leakage. I don't know. I guess you can re-enter the board though if you exit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to send the next one to. I'll do Mammon.
Cool. Okay, so let's see here. Try to. Let me just retype this code. So
and I have to decrypt your next one, which is.
Okay, there we go. I've got your location.
You typed that, okay. Okay.
Sorry, I'm moving around.
That's okay.
So now the question is, do we want to enhance the encryption?
Well, does this new, because this gives us 5, right?
Yeah.
Is that on top of what we already have?
Yeah, well, yeah, so we have 5 here currently, but now we're in round 2. So if we don't fill up these 2 rows, we're gonna suffer. So currently we're gonna lose the metadata, and we'll have to draw 2 surveillance cards.
Okay, I'm still a little confused about this setup, I guess. Okay, so
we basically have to meet the condition of these blocks with surveillance resistance, and this is for round 1. This is for round 2.
But we started on round 1, and we had them filled up to like here, right? But we don't keep those when we move on.
No, it resets every round. So with a new.
But now we're on this second line. Right?
Yes, so now we have now we have to contend with the first round and the second round. So basically, the surveillance increases or becomes harder as the game progresses.
Okay.
So
and this divider down the center shows us that if we don't fill these up in this first place, we lose metadata.
Yes.
But here we have extra surveillance too.
Yes.
So we have to get all the way to here. Right, just to not lose any metadata.
Not lose any metadata, correct? Yeah.
Okay, so we definitely probably want to try to shoot for the mission, right?
Sure. Yeah, because might be helpful here. So yeah, we can flip this over. Okay, it's only giving us 3 extra. So one player cannot play item cards for the round. Okay, that's not too much of a hassle. So I suppose we just give ourselves the 3 for now. So when you leak metadata, for example, instead of putting it on your player board, you can also put it here so that we don't suffer, a surveillance call, which might be a good idea if both of us are losing metadata this round, just to put 2 here. So that,
okay, so I'm going to communicate to you through PGP that I am going to be the one who can't use a card because I'm not worried about entering any of these squares with because I'm going to BAL, which is down here in the black zone.
Okay.
And that, so I don't need to really use a card because I'm not in any squares that have surveillance. So I'll go ahead and give
Okay.
you, right? Because the item cards are what are,
So you have this one and this one, the tamper kit as well, that you're
okay.
equipped. So you got two. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that's all perfectly fine. Okay. Cool. Great. So I suppose in terms of continuing the turns, I suppose I'll go for. Oh yeah, let you can go first. Just move. Would you like to move?
And I still have 5, so 1, 2, 5. Puts me there. Okay.
Okay, cool. Then I will move, and I have a movement of 4, so I will move here. So there we go. I'll do my dead drop, and I will get one of these here, and that means I get this. I get, what did I bid for here? The Peter kick, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, cool. So you get that Monero. Cool. And that's going to come in, and you get I get the PGP card now as well from you.
Okay.
So now we can communicate in plain text for the next dead drop, so to speak. Okay, so we still know where. So yeah, I suppose it's your turn now.
What do we do? Do I just pick another move? Do we have to draw another?
So I think Anon's asking, how do you do the encryption with the bomb card? So how the encryption works is that the top line correlates to the bottom line, and the middle line correlates to the other middle line, and vice versa. So it's just a very simple transposition cipher. So for let's say, for example, I wanted to encrypt the word here, which is Egypt, so that I could just do EGY, and so E would be D, so E, then G, which is here would be O, and then Y would be L. So that's what I would write down, and then you just reverse that process to kind of decode it. So this is the first kind of pen and paper substitution. It's called a spiral because the keyword bomb here is the kind of the top here, and then these numbers kind of curve around, and then the alphabet. So it's a spiral double transposition cipher. Very simple. You can do this with a pen and paper. It's not the most secure form of encryption, but the encryption improves as the game continues. So for the beginning of the game, it's just a very simple means of encryption. Okay, so
but it's a bit cumbersome, which is why we're communicating this in this pen and paper way, and then once we get our PGP keys, we can talk openly much more easy.
yeah, so the next one, the question was, is the next one-time pads? No, so here you can kind of see as we go past through the rounds, and here's the kind of, when we do dead drops, we move on to the next rounds, and that takes us to different stages. So stage 1, we use the double transposition cipher. The next stage is Playfair, and then the final stage is the polyalphabetic shift wheel, which is these wheels over here, which a little bit cumbersome here on Tabletop Simulator, but we can kind of work with these, just kind of spin these around, and that's a bit fun. I did try one-time pads, but that proved to be a little bit cumbersome because it's just a lot can go wrong, and for a game, it wasn't the most fun doing one-time pads, even though one-time pads are completely unbreakable, and they're definitely going to play a part in the game, but not in the playable game. I'm thinking that within the rulebook, there'll be little Easter eggs that you could use a one-time pad encryption to kind of figure out maybe little bits of lore about the game, but it's and actually the features of the game is not going to be used. Okay, so yes, so I know I'm going next. I'm heading off to synagogue. It's your turn, isn't it, iDrive? So you're about to.
And do I need to do anything else other than just move right now?
Do
I need to draw any cards or anything? No.
Well, yeah, because we're not playing item cards, right? So yeah, no. So I think in terms of what you can do next, just move.
And that puts me on the spot, and that means that I get the bow and arrow, right?
Yes. And we've moved on. You get another round marker there. I get this Monero. And now we enter the next round 2. So Yeah, none of us have lost metadata. We're doing a good job not losing metadata so far. Okay, so right now we both up here we both lose. We draw one surveillance card. We both lose one metadata, and then we draw another surveillance card.
We both lose one metadata, not 4.
No, just one. Yeah.
Why is that?
Because
Oh,
these are based off in 5s, and the condition is met when all 5 cubes are activated.
Oh,
So even though we
okay.
have 3 here, we haven't fulfilled the last 2, which means we draw a surveillance card.
But aren't we also going? Oh, okay. Man, I'm still a little confused then. Okay, so when calculating this, it doesn't, even though we're on round 2, which is the second row, right?
Yeah, so essentially all of these blocks in between are filled out. In between these, like this. This is kind of what it looks like.
But are we aiming for the second row? Like, isn't
So maybe I can do this here. So these are the ones that we hadn't completed. Like, so this is what it kind of looks like. If that makes sense.
We have completed.
So the white ones is our surveillance resistance, and the black ones are the surveillance that we have failed to remove.
Okay.
So
we have one. This row here is the one
for
metadata that we lose.
And then we have
this row here is one card.
And so is this one here.
And this one here is one card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to communicate that better with the visuals, because that's kind of, I don't know why that's so challenging for me to
make sense of.
Yeah. Okay. Because there's like 3 different things being communicated. There's the round that you're on. There's this zone down here. I mean, I guess it is all written here. It's just maybe just take me a second to get used to the 3 different things that are being communicated. There's the metadata, which is this column. Surveillance, which is this column. There's the round, which is both of these rows. Or not. Okay. Anyways, it's just internally. I'm just talking out loud. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good noting, because my wife also found this a bit confusing to understand. So you're not the first person to say that. So this might be an area of improvement.
So basically, we've got the row is the metadata. Yeah. The row here is surveillance. There's the column, which is the round you're on. But when you're on the second round, it's both rows, not just the one.
And then for round 3 and onwards, it's going to be everything. So
yeah, and that everything means it's every column.
Yeah, but you'll also notice that with the round changes, the kind of the resistance or the encryption resistance goes up with so it kind of scales.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we both lose a metadata now. So in Cypherpunk, when you lose a metadata represents your basically your health, but these are covering your identity. So the game is lost when one of our data points of identity is essentially leaked. So we don't want we don't want this to be leaked. So I think I'm going to try upgrade the spy master here. So I'm going to put this here in the speciality.
I'm going to do Ironside.
Okay, cool. Right, so now we have the surveillance card. So let's flip these over, especially do one at a time. So we have omnidirectional EEG tower. So place red cubes in Farrington within Castle Baynard and Port Stoken. Then discard this card. Players can no longer pass in or out of these zones without fake ID. To remove the red cubes, players must use a tamper kit or signal jammer. Okay, so I think you have a tamper kit and you have a crossbow. So I probably should actually add crossbow to that as well. It should be tamper kit, signal jammer, or crossbow. So I'll make a note of that. There's an error there.
What's the button? So I put one on Ironside. Oh, I guess that doesn't happen until I fulfill both boxes on here, right? But once I do, I get a chit that I can put on my movement square here, right? To extend my movement.
So Ironside +1 to your top movement. Your movement path can no longer be triangulated. Yeah, so essentially, yes, you would add an extra movement, and you can get a total of like 11 movement So it's kind of like a 1+. So even if you were to upgrade your entire movement here, you would get an extra movement, and you can no longer be triangulated, which is quite useful, which means you can kind of go back on yourself. So for example, you see here, if you had that enabled, you could actually move backwards and exit the board here. So that can often be that can be quite useful, because right now,
so you can be triangulated by moving back across your own movement path.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
But with Ironside, you would be able to do that without penalty, and you'd be able to cross through me without penalty.
But not until I meet both of these slots on
Yes,
Ironside.
yeah. So you need one more to unlock that speciality. So what triangulation is that, maybe just do an example here. So if I was, let's say, here, and if iDrive was to pass through me, like here, so this is the starting movement. Let's say he was here, and he moves past, and we basically would triangulate here in the middle. We would both lose a metadata, and this kind of scales. So if you were, here, and you were to move past here, we would both lose a lot of metadata per kind of space we walk through. So that's what triangulation is. This is kind of like, I suppose, representing the surveillance that we're all under, and they're trying to find our identity and leak our metadata. So we're trying to not cross paths or kind of be seen together, so to speak.
Yeah, basically showing that we have some sort of potential relationship with each other, that the state can determine that maybe we're in cahoots.
Yeah, working together here. Okay, so we had to put some red cubes on some of the areas of the board. So I think they're in they're in some pretty annoying areas. So I think I'm locked in because I'm actually in one of them. So it's in Port Stoken, which is here. So I just put a red cube here. Whoopsie. So it's this zone, and then I believe it's the other outskirts zone. So Castle Baynard, which is
We don't have a false ID.
Which I think is here. So you're now in that zone as well. So and then the other one is found within. So these basically have like brain scanning towers, right?
Yeah.
So they've just erected them. So now you can do something about this, because you do have that tamper kit and a crossbow. I'm kind of stuck here for now because I have no way of, I don't have any items for getting out of there. So
so you're not allowed to move or do anything?
Yeah, basically I'm kind of trapped in this area for now, until either you can get an item to me here by just putting something in the black market, or you come over here and you use your crossbow and shoot down the tower.
Okay.
So that's
okay. So I mean, luckily I have these items. If I didn't have them and we were both stuck, like, what would that look like as far as gameplay? We would because we couldn't leave the board to go acquire an item to shoot those towers down. We can't move, right?
Yeah. I suppose on the rare occasion that would happen, because there's usually you can still draw cards.
Okay.
But yeah, the game might actually end if you got trapped there. You'd kind of just be, you'd be found out. I suppose they would have trapped you. But yeah, that might be something to think about in terms of ways of escaping if you ever did get trapped, because there is a possibility that could happen.
Okay, so you are trapped, but I'm not. So I've got to come kind of get you out.
Yeah, I might not be trapped because we still have one more surveillance card to reveal, and then we have to draw items. So if you drew an item which gave a tamper kit and you listed it here, and then you just stuck it there, where I currently am, I would lose metadata because we already have a dead drop here. So I would take damage, but I would be able to get a tamper kit and get out. So
okay.
So questions come in here. So how do you know where to spawn? So you can come in at any area outside the city, and when you leave, you can go to any other area in the city. So it's kind of like Snake, where you kind of come in from one end and you can leave, but then you can also, when you leave the map, you can kind of enter at any location. So that's kind of how the spawning works. Okay, we have one final surveillance card here that we can flip over. So we got manufactured blackout. So we have to roll these two dice, a D10 and a D4. So I've got those here. If you'd like to roll those, I think you hit R to roll dice. Okay, so there's no electricity in these zones. So on the 7+, so what did you get here? We got 2. Okay, no, so we failed it. So it's fine. So we'll have to roll for that every round, but you rolled underneath the condition. But basically, it means that we would be able to do dead drops in some locations. Yeah, in the zones we're currently in. So that'd be very bad because if we got trapped with the towers, and then we also couldn't do, if we couldn't, do dead drops because of blackouts, then we would be the game would end because there's no way to kind of get out of that situation.
Okay. So now it's my turn, right? And you're stuck.
Well, yes. Well, we now go to. We have to draw cards for.
Oh yeah.
So we draw 2.
And can I put as many of my items for sale as I want on the thing?
Yes. Yeah. Now.
Okay.
So we still haven't figured out what to do with like the the very like the 5th one, but I suppose if you want to put an item down, you can.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter right now because you can't. We can do that anytime, right? Put items down. Okay.
Yeah. So I suppose you can. You could put 2 items down if you like.
Yeah. Kind of rescue you. Is that what I need to do right now? Kind of.
Yeah, probably would be ideal.
And let's see. Go ahead.
You do have a signal jammer here, so that's the item I need. So that's the one you should list.
Okay, so
then I could basically get myself out of that situation.
And I would want to list it at the location you're kind of already near.
Sorry?
And I would want to list it at the location that you're already near, right?
Correct, because I can't leave until.
Okay. And of course, in real game, like we're talking about this right now, but in real gameplay, we wouldn't be able to communicate this. So I would just need to know this. But that would be what would help you.
Yes, but I also have this keg, IPO keg, which allows me to communicate in plain text, which I'm going to play now. So I'm just going to actually discard this.
Okay.
And it allows me to communicate with you at least. So I would be able to send a message to you in plain text saying, do you have a signal jammer? Do you have these items? Help me.
Yeah. Okay, so I put signal jammer there, and I wrote down on my pad. I'm writing the same thing. So signal jammer is there now.
So we are going to move to a different type of encryption now. We're going to be used because we're on round 3.
Okay.
So the encryption cards. So these cards up here, we're going to kind of move to one side because we're done with them. So yeah, these cards here, as you can see, they've got a much better kind of encryption level.
Yeah.
So we now move to a Playfair type of encryption. Now, I can show you how Playfair works. It's a bit more complicated. So what's the best way? An example. So let's say I wanted to encrypt the word loco up here. So LOCO. So what you do is you would separate loco into you separate the word you want to encrypt into groups of 2. So it'd be like LOCO. So just here I have it there. And then let's say this was the keyword Hurana. So we'd find L and O on this grid. So currently L is here and O is here. And because they're not on the same row or column, we kind of switch them over. So L would be G and O would be S. This sounds complicated at first, but it's actually quite simple. So forgive me if I'm not explaining it too clearly. So in this case, L would become G and O would become S. So I could just write that here underneath. So this would be G and then S. And then we have CO, which is the next word. And again, because it's not in the same row or column, C becomes B and O becomes P here. So the kind of encrypted text would then be PB. So this would be the kind of encrypted text. Now, if it was on the, let's say it's CI, well, then we just move them down. So C would become I would become P. And if it was CD, we move it to the right. So C would become D and D would become E. So it's down and right, or you kind of form like a box around it.
Okay. So how do you decrypt this? If you give me GSPB, I go G.
So you'd find G here.
Yeah.
and then you'd
And I
find
find
you
S.
find S, which is here,
Okay.
and then S would become O, and then G would become
Yes.
L,
Okay.
because
And if
it
they're,
kind of forms a box.
yes, okay. But now if they're on the same line, then what happens again? Like if your letters were GL, what would I do?
Uh, um, so G is here, and then L is here. Oh yeah, so a G would become I. No, my apologies. G would become M, and L would become K. So when you decrypt it, you go the other way around. So when encrypting it, you go to the right. With decrypting, you go to the left. And this kind of works like snake, where if you get to the edge of the row, it moves to the other end. It's the same with going down. So G would become M, and L would become K.
Okay.
So if we had like M and K as the kind of the plain text you wanted to encrypt, we'd move to the right, so M would become G, and then K would become L. It's the same with going down. So let's say we had like U and L. To encrypt, U would become E, and L would become S. To decrypt it, S would become L, and E would become U. We'd kind of move it up. So when encrypting, it's down to the right. When it's decrypting, it's up to the left.
Okay.
So it does take a little to get your head around, but it actually isn't too complicated once you do it once.
Okay.
The first time you do this, you'll be like, okay, I understand it, how it works. And just ask me if you have questions, because I know there's kind of a lot to kind of uncover when first doing this.
Yeah, okay. Well, either way, okay, so that item, I placed that item now there, and so I don't need to go rescue you, right? Because you have the ability to get that item now.
Yes, I could if you encrypt that as your keyword.
So
Which
now I'm trying to move to my next location, which is, or do I have a next location yet?
no, I don't think you do, because
Okay, so,
I've just placed an item. Did you get your signal
Alex,
jammer when you,
I guess I did not.
or your fake ID? Wasn't that the,
Okay,
might have been your
so
fake
I
ID?
pick up
No, because I think I've,
that's a new item. So I'm gonna
yeah,
bid on fake ID, okay, because I think that'll help us. Um,
yeah, okay. Oh yeah, so we actually need to use I suppose we need to use the word crypto, because this is the actual card instead of, so crypto, which is here. Okay, there's the encrypted text. Now, one thing I need to mention as well with the Playfair, if you ever have double letters, you replace the one double letter with X. So that's one thing I didn't mention
okay,
here. And also, because it's a 25 letter square, I and J are the same letter within the Playfair. So I and J is the same. You count it as the same letter. You also use X as like a null or a filler. So if you had a word that wasn't divisible into twos, and there was an extra letter, you just use X as the extra letter as a null.
okay, wait, and I and J are the same letter?
Yes, I and J would be the same.
Okay,
But in this particular example, I haven't used it.
okay,
So you've got RCQU.
yeah, which is, let's see, and X is what again?
Uh, X is just like a placeholder for double letter, because let's say you had like
Okay,
FF or like, I don't know, just like, well, in this case it's LL, right?
yeah,
You
yeah,
can't have two L, so it's LX.
okay. So let me see where this is. I think I have it decrypted. Um, okay, so I know where I'm going. And now, but I have the same problem as you. I need to use an item, right, to be able to move at all because of
Yes,
this
because
roadblock.
you got to destroy this tower, this brain scanning tower
Yeah,
there.
I'm gonna do that with bow and arrow, probably, right?
Sorry, I shouldn't have encrypted that because I forgot I used the beer keg. So it's a good little practice. But is this my one here? Did you encrypt anything for me?
Um,
I suppose you don't need to because I can't move. Right?
Well, also, didn't you say you used that barrel thing?
Yes. Yeah.
So I can tell you in plain text, right?
Yes. I suppose you could send a message to any player in plain text and discard this card. Well, yes. Yeah. I suppose maybe it does say that I send the message, but maybe that should be changed that both of us can communicate.
Or I'm just wondering, that's why I didn't encrypt anything to you. I just told you, but
Okay.
maybe I shouldn't have done that. Because I guess you would have had to use that item.
Yeah, I did use the item, so I shouldn't have encrypted anything. It's fine. I encrypted it when you should have encrypted it, and you said it in plain text when I should have said in plain text. But it's okay. We got there in the end.
Okay. Well, okay. So we both know where we're going, right?
Yeah.
And for what? Okay. So for me to move, I need to use one of these items to move to that next location.
So the only thing we have to do before we move is, do we want to enhance the encryption?
Oh,
So we have 12.
okay.
I suppose if we just move all of these off the. So yeah, we currently have. I
But we're
suppose.
on round 3 now, right?
Yeah. So I suppose you could say something like, we're like. This is where we're kind of like that kind of. So these are all the.
Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
So that's how it currently is.
Yeah. Well, so this just means that we had pull out 2 more cards, right? If we don't flip it over. We're not leaking metadata.
We will be leaking 1 metadata. Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Player is the
because of
black.
this. Okay.
And we'll be drawing 3 surveillance cards. So
Okay, let's try and do the mission. Let's try it.
sure. Okay. So it gives us 4. So one player must skip their turn outside of Babylon. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. That could easily be.
Okay.
So that could easily be me.
But we have to get out of Babylon first.
Yeah.
to
So
do it,
I'll have
right?
to destroy this tower to get out of Babylon and skip my turn. And so that's not too difficult to achieve.
Okay.
Okay. So I suppose you can go first.
So now to be able to move, I need to use one of these items I have that allows me to, right? Like the crossbow or the tamper kit.
Yeah, tamper kit. So yeah,
Um,
you could discard that tamper kit, and it will destroy the tower.
Is the red tower considered a surveillance tower too?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that then. Because we probably don't need to go back into that area again. I don't need to necessarily.
Yeah. So playing that card will end your turn, so it'll be my turn then.
And how do I play it? I just put it in the
Yeah,
discard.
just discard. I think this is our discard pile. I suppose we just stick it here.
Okay.
If you like. Just
Okay.
cool. So yeah, then this is now destroyed. You've tempered that tower and removed it. So we just throw it off the game. Cool. So then I will go. Yes, and seeing that I'm now here, I will get the signal jammer here, and I didn't give you Monero for that. Hang on, oopsie. So yeah, let's put my Monero here. So you would then take that Monero, and we would move one of these cubes here. Now, because there's already a black cube here, I do lose 1 metadata from. So I will do that now. So I shall get Spy Master. And now I'm going to use my Spy Master ability, which allows me once per round to put 4 surveillance resistance on the board. So I shall do that now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just do it like this if that's easier to kind of visualize.
Cool. Okay.
And so then I can discard this card to remove face scanning towers, ID checkpoints, or EEG towers from this zone currently in play. And I'm going to do that. So I'm going to discard this card, which removes this. Oh, wait, sorry. No, because once I once I do a dead drop, my turn ends. So it's your turn. I can do that when it's my turn again.
Okay, now I'm in this black zone. Oh, but I still haven't moved out, so this is the first time I've been there.
Yeah.
So I don't get detected or anything.
Yeah.
And I'm still moving 5, so and I'm going to over here. So let's see.
So you, oh yeah, 5. Yeah.
But if I go across this border, I get two right, because there's these 2 in this zone. Once I get over here, I'm crossing over into 2 different regions, right?
Yeah, but there's nothing in this region, so you're okay there.
Until I get into here on my next turn.
Yeah, I suppose you would really, once you step into it, you lose metadata. So you've already, oh yeah, here you'd lose another one. Yeah.
Because I lose one for
You lose one for entering this one.
apostasia. What's that?
Yeah, you lose one for being in this zone, and then one being in that zone. So Bread Street and Fintry.
Yeah, okay. So I go ahead and take those 2 metadata losses, right?
You moved 5. Did you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, you should just move 1 this turn. If you moved again, you'd lose another one. So just 1 metadata.
Wait. What?
Because you're on this. You're on this spot here.
No, I'm still here, right? I'm in Balam.
No, so that represents the end of your movement because you were here, and then you've moved 5. So this you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here.
Oh, I see. So I only get the 1 for apostate or for Bread Street.
Yes. Yeah.
I see. Okay. And I guess I'll do.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see, but these are different. Yeah, this is Bread Street is this zone here. Yeah, which so you're only at Bread Street.
Okay, so I got Ironsides full, so that means I get to put plus 1 to my movement, right?
Yeah, so you can just add another one, put it in there.
And no triangulation. That's cool. Okay.
And you could also play your ink card here. That might be helpful. I don't know how much gives you 2, doesn't it? Yes, 1 surveillance per player.
And surveillance resistance.
Yeah, so then we basically be able to move 2 of these black cubes up here with it.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so let me just do that. I'll discard that and take 2 of these off and replace them with white ones.
Yeah.
What's your button again to drop a new white piece?
I just copy and paste it here.
Oh.
Control C, Control T. Cool. We haven't even got the 4 resistance for completing the objective, so that will push us into a sort of bitter spot here. Okay, yes, I suppose that's your turn. That's my turn. So now I have to leave this city and then skip my turn outside the city in order to meet the objective. So I shall do that. So I'll just, I suppose, move here and then end my turn. And so then we'll get another 4 surveillance resistance, which I can add here. Yeah, so it's back to you.
Okay. And back to me. So I'm gonna make it there now. But I take 2 now because I'm in 2 different zones. Right?
Well, 1 because you already entered this zone, right, last turn.
Oh,
so it's just
okay.
you just take another one.
Okay. I'll do brute force. Or now isn't there also a thing where you can put these on the config?
Yes, and I suppose just shuffle the configuration cards. So that's where it is up there.
Okay, and if we get to okay, and
then we can draw it.
Then we get to draw it. Just for fun, I'll put that there. Well, no, I like brute force. I'm gonna do brute force. Okay, so I'm done. And I get the card.
Oh
So
yes, yeah. So we put a dead drop there.
and that is the newest one, which is fake ID, right?
Yes.
Because I haven't even bid on the other one yet.
Yeah, because the Mam I think is the other one's the signal jammer is there. Okay, cool. So yeah, so then I suppose it's back to me. Now I'm going to go back here. And yeah, so I'm here. So 1, 2. Unfortunately, I do triangulate because I step back on my own position. And now because I do another dead drop here, I'm going to take 2, so I lose 3 metadata. So I lose 3 metadata, which I think I'm going to actually put on the surveillance board here so we don't lose metadata. So I shall lose 2. Yes, I lose 3 metadata. I'll just stick these here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Great. So I then get the.
Okay. So when you lose metadata, you can put it on the board as well, or on the up here on this surveillance resistance.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
But sometimes it's not
So
worth
yeah,
doing.
you can put them anywhere. That takes a white chip. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot that I should have used the signal jammer. I forgot to do that before moving last turn. Let's just pretend I did that. I forgot to do that. That would have removed this tower here.
I guess the other guy is leaving the chat. Thanks for
Yeah, thanks for checking this out. I'll put this up on YouTube so you'll be able to see the rest of the game later. But yeah, thanks for joining, Aaron. If you have any feedback, then just let me know in the comments of that video or just in the Simple X group. Anything that you think could be improved or changed, then happy to hear. But yeah, thanks for checking out. Appreciate you taking the time.
See ya.
Yeah, see ya. So yes, now we have that was the kind of final drop there to move on to the next stage, which is the operation. So tell me when, and I'll flip these over. And
when?
Okay, there we go. Okay, Operation Lot, which we got last time as well. So this is for those kind of watching when I upload this to YouTube. This is the win condition of the game. So now that we're sort of halfway through the game, this is how we eventually defeat the game. So Operation Lot is we have to facilitate a decentralized drone attack on the Bank of England, which is the code name whore in this game. So it says place a red cube on whore. This represents an informant you must escort outside of Babylon before the game ends. Players move the informant by passing through the red cube. The red cube will share the position of your last movement. Players leak 1 metadata and suffer one movement when they move this informant. And there's a quote here from The Art of War: those who use fire and the aid to the attack show intelligence. So so we have to add this red cube to the board, which is here, and this is our sort of informant. We have to escort them now out of the city. So our objective now is to kind of get into the heart of the board and then move this cube with our movement outside. So that's how we win the game. We have to do this before we use all of these dead drops as well, before the game runs out.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So I suppose now we can reset this. Yeah, okay, so we just draw 1 surveillance card. That's all we do this round. Okay, so we got engineered public opinion. So yeah, that should be discarded. I should make a note to discard that. Okay, script this card to your character after your turn passes to the other player to your right. So continue this process. Whenever you triangulate -3 metadata. Not too much of a problem because you can't triangulate, but it's mostly for myself. And then we have, so we have to roll the dice again. Don't know where those dice went.
Right here.
Yeah, cool. So we've got a 9 and a 4. So yeah, we broke that condition. So says manufacture blackout. Add a white cube to those zones and remove them at the end of the round. Okay, so the current zones that we're in is a manufactured blackout, so there's no electricity in those zones, so you can't enter them. Well, you can't do dead drops in them, which is fine because I think you're going to leave yours and I'm going to leave mine anyway. So, so for this round, we can't do dead drops in those locations. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we're still using the Playfair, but I suppose at this time we both traded, so you would get my PGP key and I'd get yours. So I'll give you mine here.
Okay. So, you? Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So which guy?
And then we can we communicate. So where are all the cards? So here they are. So just shuffle these and then. Okay, Cherith. Okay, yeah. So this is slightly better than crypto here. So yeah, I don't know if you want to try to encrypt Cherith now. So if you just move all of these off the board for now, just stick them there.
Okay, so we've got.
It's got 14.
If we use those guys, then we have 1 metadata and 3 surveillance cards currently, right?
Yeah, so currently if we don't change anything, we would draw 3 surveillance cards and lose 1 metadata.
Okay. So we've got 3 surveillance cards out still. Right?
Yeah, well, yeah, this one gets attached to me when...
Okay.
I would just put this here on my...
What do you think? Should we try to do it?
Yeah, I think we should. I think it might be okay. So let's just pop this over. Oh, so we only get 2 more. This one player must exit Babylon to the east, which is I can do. It's very easy.
Okay. And so on this turn, I've got this ability now where I've got the ID, don't I? I thought I got the ID card.
That might have been our other game. Oh, yeah, I thought you did. Yeah, how come I have it? You probably put on the wrong board.
Okay. So the ID card, that lets me, what does that do?
It allows you to pass through these red zones.
Okay, which I want to do because I'm trying to get that guy.
Yeah.
So, and am I bidding on anything? Do I want to move towards?
Well, we haven't done that yet. So yeah, let's draw 2 cards, and I want to give you dictionary. But you can also remove the ID checkpoints with a signal jammer. So I'm going to... I'll give you another signal jammer if you like.
Would you rather have a tamper kit or a crossbow? Or which one of these would you prefer to have? Because we can talk right now, right? We have PGP.
Yeah, we do. So...
Or which ones would you rather have? I can put them in whatever locations.
Onion routing might actually be useful.
Onion routing, okay.
But no, because my movement's super bad. See, I think you should try and be the one who escorts.
Yeah.
Because your movement is very good, and I think if you leak metadata, try put more in your movement. Probably the crossbow, because I could then start shooting some of these towers down for you by the time you get there.
Okay. And where would you like me to put that at? Like what location?
I reckon somewhere on the south, because we're probably gonna. I reckon trying to escort him to the south is gonna be the path of least resistance, just in terms of like down here to Egypt, and then from Egypt, out here. It's probably the least amount of movement to get him out.
Okay, so I should leave crossbow on Egypt then?
Yeah, that probably would be best. All right, so I'm gonna give you I'll give you another tamper kit because that would be useful. And I'm also now going to play I have another barrel here, so I'm going to play that for this. Oh no, we have PGP, don't we? Yeah, no, we're okay. I don't have to use that because I have PGP. I can use that next round. Yeah, so I'm going to leave the signal jammer in whore.
Okay. So how would you, in like reality, how would you have left the signal jammer there if you can't go there?
Could have paid someone to go there,
Gotcha.
or something I could have had at a dead drop that was secured for a long time.
Cool. Okay.
So that, ideally you could say that we're part of some type of syndicate that maybe has items hidden in different places that we don't all know about.
Cool. Just for the sake of the story. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we ready to start our movement?
Yeah, I think so. So, we could. There are more slots here, so we could place other items if you wanted to as well. So you still have one more. You can place one more item down.
Okay. Is there another one that you prefer to get soon that I have?
Yeah, the VPN might be useful because I imagine you're gonna cross paths with me if I'm trying to get ahead there and knock some of those towers out.
Okay.
And right now with the surveillance card we have, engineered public opinion, whenever we triangulate, I'm going to lose 3 metadata, so that's going to be pretty nasty. So having that to would be useful indeed. Okay, cool. And I will put another minnow down on this. Okay, cool. So yeah. I suppose just tell me where you want me to go to get that.
Let's see. Well, you're going to be. You don't need to come into this red area at all. Right. And you're close to the edge of the board, so I'll just put this somewhere where it's easy for you to get to with no surveillance, right?
Okay, sure.
So like that we haven't been to yet. Well, there aren't many places like that, but how about Loco?
Sure. Okay.
Oh no, I guess we haven't been to the one next to it. We haven't been to Mammon yet.
Okay.
So I'll do Mammon. It's easier to get to.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So then I move 5 and that will put me right here.
Yeah. So whenever you enter one of the kind of face scanning zones, you would on your ID card here, you just put a white cube on one of those. So this eventually expires, so.
Okay.
You basically use it 3 times before you can't use it anymore.
And I only use it I use it one time because I entered where.
So yeah, I suppose you were here. So as soon as you enter in here into chord wiener, you would have used it. But I
okay, because the red blocks count as face scanners too.
Yeah, the red blocks are face scanners. Yeah, but you do have a crossbow, so you could use your crossbow and knock out the first one.
Okay.
So instead of moving, you could just use your crossbow.
No, I'll just take the thing. I'll take the shit.
Okay, cool. Okay, so is that your turn? Then you just moved your 5 spaces, and you're not playing any items.
Yeah, but now where's this border here? But I pass into 2 zones when I land on that last square, don't I? Because I land in Walbrook and
Yeah, so that would consider you'd have to use Mark II down then.
okay. Well, let me mark down the one. Let me shoot down the one in Walbrook because I'm probably going to be passing through Walbrook. So no, I guess that doesn't make sense.
Well, here's the cool thing: if you on one of these spaces that counts as 2, you can then use your item and knock down 2 at the same time. So you can use your
Okay.
crossbow to hit both.
Okay, just in case we move it through there again. Okay, let me. So I'll get rid of crossbow, and that goes to discard, and that means that we knock both of those
Both
red
of these,
squares out.
yeah, completely out. Okay, cool. So that's good for here.
And
and then I suppose you also take. Whoopsie, you take. You've used 2 options. You can use this one more time before you discard it. Oh, can't. Just trying to duplicate a metadata. So there you go. So yeah, you've got one more that you can use it. Okay, cool. It might even be better to, because you can't triangulate yourself. It might be better for you to just leave the city the way you came, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no towers. Well, if you go this way, there's one more tower you have to contend with.
Yeah. Okay. Why did now wait? How this fake ID? Why do I get those white chips on there?
Because you moved into 2 zones.
Okay.
Face scanning zones. So not face scanning zones, ID zones. It's kind of like the face scanning towers, but instead of losing metadata, you mark this card off, and then after 3 times you discard it, and you can no longer enter the face scanning zones.
Oh.
So the idea is like you're entering these zones using a fake ID, but you can't keep on using it. You eventually will have to throw it away and get a new fake ID.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty.
Okay, so yeah, I suppose then it's my turn, and I'm heading to Egypt, or I'm heading to Loco. I think I'd head over to Loco, so I shall move my 4 spaces. So I should go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I lose the metadata for entering into that space, and I should put it on. Actually, I think I'll put on surveillance resistance up here. And then I'm going to use my spy master, so I can add 4 to the board. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, I've got this Faraday wallet, which allows me to add 1 surveillance every round. So I shall add another surveillance resistance this round. There. Okay, and that is my turn. Back to you.
So I get him out.
Yeah, so I suppose for every movement now, so you've got like 1, I suppose, to get there, and now you suffer 1 metadata for having contact with them.
Yeah.
So you'd lose 1 metadata, and then you also now lose 1 of your movement. So you used 1, so you have a total of 6 movements. So you'd have another 5 movements. So you then could move him 5 spaces.
Okay. I'll put that on brute force. And I move 5 spaces. So I pretty much want to go back the way I came.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's me here.
And you're kind of taking him with you, so I suppose you would just be top of you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that's your turn, and back to me. Then I can move 4 spaces, which I shall do right now. So 1, I'll move 2 here. So I'm at Loco. Oh, so did you say Mammon or Loco? I think you said Mammon. Did you?
I thought we were going to leave the wall and come back in. So I said Mammon.
Oh, okay. So let's just pretend I said Mammon because it's the same movement in space. It's 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go to Mammon then, and that then pulls one of these out here. And Mammon gets me the VPN. So it does. Okay, cool. So I get the VPN. And you get your Monero. And that is my turn. Back to you.
Oh, when I was in horror, I didn't take my item.
That was correct. Yeah, you should have. So you should got the signal jammer. Got my Monero here. You can use your signal jammer now to get rid of the tower here.
Yeah, yeah.
And because you have brute force, it doesn't end your turn.
And is it still my turn? Are we still taking turns?
Yeah, it's your turn now.
Okay. So
no, so that represents your last position. So you move from here. So yeah, you move this here, so you can move I suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then you'd move there like that. Does that make sense?
yeah. And I use the signal jammer on
here, I suppose. Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
So that just leaves the board.
Yeah. And then you discard your signal jammer. And yes, so then you would suffer 1 metadata as well for moving him.
Moving back across. Oh, moving him. Okay.
Yeah, every time you move him, you use the metadata.
Okay, so 1. I'm going to put that on the config.
Cool. Okay, so then it is my turn. Oh yeah, we should have put another marker on or when you got the.
Oh wait, I guess maybe I want to try and fill more of these in on the.
You could, but we're pretty far away from filling up the rest, so it might just be better putting it somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Right here. So yeah, then I suppose it's my turn. So I'm up here. I'm going to. What does this VPN do? Discard this card. Oh yeah, I can't triangulate. I've used that already. I'll turn this to the side.
When it comes to walking back over your own path, is that only for like the spaces that are indicated with your pieces at that time?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so I actually could use this VPN now, and I could then, yeah, I'm going to do that. Cool. So I can use this VPN, and I can now go across my path, leave the city. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's my turn. Back to you.
Okay. And I'm going to go around. Oh, I guess I can't. I have to go through there. Well, I don't really have another location. Oh yeah, I do. I have. No, I don't. I haven't bid on this card, so I don't know where I'm going right now. Right?
You did. I think you had Mammon. So you had one. You had the crossbow up here. But you don't have to. You just could focus on the objective at this point. I'm trying to.
Oh, just to get him out.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I thought Mammon was where I put my item for you.
It was, but I had put one early in the game.
Oh, okay.
For you.
Okay. I guess I didn't put a Monero token on it. Okay, so I'm trying to exit. So I am going 2, 3, 4, 5. And that makes me pass through.
This dead drop. Oh, yeah, so you'd lose the metadata for passing through the dead drop. So you'd lose 2 metadata. Maybe put on your movement, because then you can kind of.
Oh, so you can just add them straight to here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And
then you also use the metadata for carrying the dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna take one from here. Now, if I put it on this fake ID, it gets rid of the fake ID, so I don't really want to do that.
Oh yeah, no, the fake ID. This is just a different sort of way of communicating. You passing through the red areas, which you're now passed through because you used the crossbow to just shoot down one of the towers. So
maybe it'd be good to use red tokens on the fake ID.
That's a much better idea. That's a good idea.
How do you copy and paste?
Yeah. Whoopsie, I deleted your card.
Oh,
sorry. There we go. We got them here. Yeah, it's much better.
It kind of reminds you that
they're the negative rather than positive.
And also they're the red squares that do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Okay, so then that puts me there, so it's your turn. Right?
Yes, my turn. So I am down here, so I can move 4 spaces again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that does get us here. Because you're so close to winning, if I do this, we gotta draw another surveillance card. So I don't actually think I'll do that. I'll skip my turn. I'll go back to you.
Okay.
Because if I do a dead drop, then we're gonna go to the next round.
So I'm out. I got him out.
He's got 8. Yeah, there we go. Got him out. You lose the metadata, and yeah, you still survive. That. So yeah, there we go. That was the objective complete.
Cool. So that's we won the game because we got him out, or we got our mission done, whatever that mission was.
Yeah, the operation. Yeah. So we got our informant out before the drones, air struck the bank.
Cool. Yeah.
So now the drones came in. So yeah, that's that one operation. Some of the operations are different. Might be harder, might be easier. It kind of depends on where we are on the board and things as well. I think if I had done that dead drop and we start the next round, whatever the next card would have been, it could have been pretty devastating because you're pretty low on your metadata right now.
Yeah.
And I think these can also be different difficulties by reducing, maybe not starting with an item, or there's other ways that you could tweak the difficulty. So you could have something that's a bit more challenging or less challenging.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that's a game? We just finished the entire game.
Huh? Yeah. That's a game.
Cool.
Yeah, I got done just within 2 hours, which is good. Takes a bit longer on Tabletop Simulator. I think ideally I'd like to get like a single game down to 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, I bet it would be if you were doing this all by hand. It'd be much quicker and
much faster. Yeah.
Cool.
And, so yeah, we never got to use the final form of encryption, but we got two versions done.
Yeah. Well, sweet.
Yeah. Well, thanks. iDrive once again for playtesting this.
Yeah.
If it's okay with you, if you want to send me an address, I'd love to send you like a Cypherpunk T-shirt. So if you're comfortable with that, just DM me and I'll send you a T-shirt.
Definitely.
Let me know your size and I'll get that sent over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll do that. Cool. Thanks for playing again.
Yeah, thanks for playing again. I appreciate that. If you have any kind of feedback, just let me know.
Okay.
I think there might be a way of trying to improve this surveillance board just to make it a bit clearer.
Yeah,
After playing the game now, is it a bit more clear now?
it is more clear. It still will take me a second. It helps having those tokens there, although it's kind of unfortunate that it takes so many to do it.
Yeah.
That could get kind of annoying, but um, yeah, like I'm trying to think of how it could be because it really is pretty simple. But when it comes down to actually like it's time, okay, now it's time to do it. I have to like rethink through how it works every time. It seems like, um, even though I understand better now. So I don't know if there's some visual thing that could be done or whatever, but because it actually isn't all that complicated. But just remembering the kind of the three different things that it's showing you.
Yeah. There's another thing here we never got into, but you can put your metadata here. I think I said that you can only unlock these once all of these are unlocked, because sometimes if you get to the third round, you get these cards that have a lot of metadata.
Okay.
And so when you actually do the condition, there's a possibility where you get all of these, basically covered. And if you ever get all of them covered, if you then can unlock these abilities here. So let's say you lost metadata, you could then put more here, and then everyone would unlock no more movement, and then this is permanent. All of these things are permanent.
Okay.
Or you have, I think this one, you could permanently remove one surveillance card from the game. So this is a very powerful one if you have a pretty nasty card. So this is kind of like end game stuff, end game abilities you can do.
Cool. Well, maybe next time we'll get into some of those. Like it just depends, I guess, on what how the game goes. Which things you open up or choose to do.
Yeah, and I think this objective kind of suited you because you have such good movement. If I was moving him, it'd be much harder because I literally had like only 4. Right?
Yeah.
Cromwell has the fastest movement in the game, so he's kind of suited to this mission. So some
Cool.
missions certain players are better suited for, and some less so.
Yeah. Yeah, if that had been more challenging to get him out, we would have probably tapped into some more damage or more metadata loss and stuff.
Yeah, because you can't move him as far, so you're taking more damage trying to move him.
Well, alrighty. Cool, man. Well, I'll see you probably next Saturday then.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And yeah, send me your address and I'll get the shirt sent over to you. And I appreciate you taking the time to go through this with me. And just if you have any ideas that pop up throughout the week, then just DM me and be happy to hear them out.
Okay, cool. Catch you later.